Welcome to SoulTalker, the place where self-worth meets real life. Today's topic is not about perfection. It is not about looks, money, or social media approval. Today, we talk about high-value women. A high-value woman does not beg to be chosen. She chooses herself first. She lives with self-respect, clarity, and quiet confidence. If you ever wondered whether you are growing into that woman, this video will open your eyes. Let's begin. What high value really means. Before we dive into the signs, let's clear one thing first. A high value woman is not loud. She is not arrogant. She does not compete with other women. Her value comes from how she thinks, how she treats herself, and how she allows others to treat her. High value is about self-respect, emotional strength, clear boundaries, inner peace, purpose. You do not need to prove your worth to anyone. You live it. Understanding true value. The concept of high value has nothing to do with external validation or material possessions. Research in psychology consistently shows that intrinsic self-worth, how you perceive and treat yourself, directly impacts your mental health, relationship quality, and overall life satisfaction. A high-value woman understands that her worth is inherent, not conditional. She does not measure herself against others or seek constant external confirmation. Instead, she cultivates an internal compass that guides her decisions and interactions. This mindset aligns with what psychologists call a secure attachment style, a foundation of self-assurance that allows for healthy, balanced relationships without dependency or fear of abandonment. Now, let's explore the 7 clear signs. 1. You respect yourself, even when no one is watching. A high-value woman does the right thing even when no one applauds. She keeps her promises to herself. She rests when tired. She walks away from disrespect, even if it hurts. She does not stay where she feels small. She does not accept half love or mixed signals. Self-respect shows in small choices. She does not chase attention. She does not beg for replies. She does not lower her standards to keep someone. She understands a simple truth. If you do not respect yourself, others will not either. The psychology of self-respect. Self-respect is the foundation of all healthy behavior. Studies in behavioral psychology demonstrate that individuals with high self-respect make better decisions regarding their health, relationships, and career paths. They are less likely to tolerate mistreatment and more likely to advocate for their needs. Self-respect also means honoring your own time and energy. A high-value woman recognizes that her attention is precious. She does not overextend herself to please others at the expense of her well-being. She understands that saying yes to everything means saying no to herself. This doesn't make her selfish. It makes her sustainable. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and self-respect ensures you maintain the resources necessary to show up fully in your life. Practical advice. Say no without guilt. Leave conversations that drain you. Stop explaining your boundaries. Keep commitments to yourself as seriously as commitments to others. Notice when you compromise your values and gently redirect. Self-respect builds real confidence. 2. You have clear boundaries and you protect them. A high-value woman knows where she ends and others begin. She does not allow emotional manipulation, constant criticism, disrespect disguised as jokes. She sets boundaries calmly. She does not shout. She does not threaten. She simply acts. If someone crosses the line, she responds with action, not arguments. She limits access. She creates distance. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors with rules. Why boundaries matter? Boundaries are essential for mental health and relationship quality. According to relationship experts, healthy boundaries prevent resentment, burnout, and codependency. They create clarity about what is acceptable and what is not. A high-value woman understands that boundaries are not about controlling others. They are about managing her own experience. She cannot control how someone behaves, but she can control her response and the level of access she grants. Boundaries also communicate self-worth. When you establish and maintain boundaries, you send a clear message. I value myself, and I expect you to do the same. This naturally filters out people who do not respect you and attracts those who appreciate your clarity and self-assurance. Types of boundaries. Emotional boundaries. Protecting your feelings and not taking responsibility for others' emotions. Physical boundaries. Personal space and touch preferences. Time boundaries. How you spend your time and energy. Material boundaries. How you share or lend possessions. Mental boundaries. Respecting your thoughts, values, and opinions. Practical advice. Decide what behavior you will not tolerate. Speak once clearly. If behavior continues, step back. Remember that no is a complete sentence. Do not negotiate your fundamental boundaries. Strong boundaries protect your peace. 3. You do not seek validation from everyone. A high-value woman does not live for approval. She listens to advice, but she trusts her own judgment. She does not need constant praise to feel worthy. She does not change her personality to fit in. She does not shrink to make others comfortable. She understands that not everyone will like her. Not everyone needs to understand her, and that is okay. She values alignment over popularity. The trap of external validation. Social psychology reveals that seeking constant external validation creates anxiety and erodes self-trust. When your sense of worth depends on others' opinions, you become vulnerable to manipulation and lose connection with your authentic self. A high-value woman has developed internal validation, the ability to acknowledge her own worth, celebrate her own wins, and make decisions based on her values rather than others' expectations. This does not mean she is closed to feedback. She welcomes constructive input from trusted sources. However, she filters advice through her own values and experiences rather than accepting every opinion as truth. Building internal validation. Internal validation develops through self-awareness and consistent self-affirmation. It means recognizing your strengths, acknowledging your progress, and giving yourself credit for your efforts. A high-value woman celebrates small victories privately. She does not need social media approval or constant recognition. Her satisfaction comes from knowing she lived according to her values and took steps toward her goals. Practical advice. Stop explaining your choices to people who doubt you. Dress, speak, and live in ways that feel true to you. Measure success by growth, not applause. Journal your accomplishments and progress. Create a personal definition of success independent of other standards. Inner validation creates freedom. 4. You choose peace over drama. A high-value woman does not feed chaos. She does not argue for sport. She does not enjoy emotional games. She does not chase conflict. She values peace more than being right. When drama appears, She pauses. She observes. She responds calmly or walks away. She understands that constant conflict drains energy and clarity. The cost of drama. Neuroscience research shows that chronic stress and conflict negatively impact brain function, decision-making, and emotional regulation. Drama creates a cycle of cortisol release that wears down your mental and physical health over time. A high-value woman recognizes that engaging in unnecessary conflict serves no productive purpose. She understands the difference between healthy disagreement, which can lead to growth and understanding, and toxic drama, which only depletes energy. Choosing your battles. Not every situation deserves your energy. A high-value woman asks herself, will this matter in a week, a month, a year? If the answer is no, she lets it go. This doesn't mean she avoids all conflict or allows herself to be mistreated. It means she engages strategically, addressing issues that truly matter while releasing petty disagreements. She also recognizes people who thrive on drama and limits her exposure to them. She understands that some individuals create chaos because it makes them feel alive or in control. She does not participate in their cycles. Practical advice. Avoid people who thrive on drama. Do not react immediately when emotions rise. Choose calm responses over emotional reactions. Practice the 24-hour rule before addressing heated topics. Ask yourself if the conflict serves your growth or just your ego. Peace is power. 5. You invest in your growth, not just relationships. A high-value woman builds herself. She works on her skills, her health, her mindset, her goals. She does not wait for someone to save her. She saves herself first. Relationships add to her life. They do not define her life. She understands that love feels better when she already feels whole. The importance of personal development. Personal growth is a lifelong journey. A high-value woman commits to continuous improvement not because she is broken, but because she values evolution and expansion. She invests in education, whether formal or self-directed. She reads books, takes courses, attends workshops, and seeks mentorship. She understands that knowledge and skills compound over time. Holistic growth. A high-value woman approaches growth holistically. Physical health, regular exercise, nutrition, rest. Mental health, therapy, meditation, stress management. Emotional intelligence, understanding and managing emotions. Financial literacy, building security and independence. Spiritual development, connecting with purpose and meaning. Social skills, building healthy relationships and communication. Independence and interdependence. A high-value woman values independence, but understands the beauty of interdependence and healthy relationships. She does not need a partner to complete her, but she appreciates the depth that partnership can bring. This mindset prevents codependency and creates space for authentic connection. When two whole people come together, they create something beautiful rather than filling each other's voids. Practical advice. Learn something new each month. Take care of your body and mind. Set personal goals outside romance. Track your progress in different life areas. Celebrate your growth milestones. Growth attracts the right people. 6. You communicate honestly and calmly. A high-value woman speaks clearly. She does not hint. She does not manipulate. She does not play mind games. She expresses her needs with confidence and respect. If she feels uncomfortable, she says it. If she feels appreciated, she says it. She understands that healthy communication builds strong connections. The power of clear communication. Communication experts emphasize that direct, honest communication is the cornerstone of all healthy relationships. Hints, passive-aggressive comments, and manipulation create confusion and resentment. A high-value woman practices assertive communication, expressing her thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly while respecting others. This is distinct from aggressive communication, which disrespects others, and passive communication, which disrespects herself. Components of effective communication. Clarity, saying what you mean directly. Specificity, addressing concrete behaviors rather than character. Timing, choosing appropriate moments for important conversations. Listening, truly hearing the other person's perspective. Nonverbal cues, aligning body language with words. Emotional regulation, managing your emotions during difficult conversations. Expressing needs without apologizing. A high-value woman does not apologize for having needs. She recognizes that all humans have legitimate emotional, physical, and relational needs. She expresses these needs as information, not demands. For example, instead of saying, "I'm sorry, but I need some alone time," she says, "I need some alone time to recharge." The apology suggests her need is an inconvenience, when it's actually a healthy form of self-care. Practical advice. Use clear words instead of silence. Speak from your feelings, not accusations. Listen as much as you speak. Practice I statements, "I feel," rather than "you always." Ask for what you need directly. Honest communication creates trust. 7. You are comfortable being alone. This is one of the strongest signs. A high-value woman does not fear solitude. She enjoys her own company. She finds peace in quiet moments. She does not rush into relationships to avoid loneliness. She understands that being alone is better than being with the wrong person. Because she feels complete, she attracts healthier connections. Solitude versus loneliness. There is a critical difference between solitude and loneliness. Loneliness is a painful feeling of isolation. Solitude is chosen time alone that feels restorative and peaceful. A high-value woman cultivates a positive relationship with solitude. She uses alone time for reflection, creativity, rest, and personal growth. She does not need constant company to feel fulfilled. The benefits of solitude. Research shows that regular solitude improves self-awareness, creativity, empathy, and mental clarity. Time alone allows you to process emotions, reconnect with your values, and hear your inner voice without external noise. A high-value woman who is comfortable alone brings a healthier energy to relationships. She participates from a place of choice rather than need, creating partnerships built on mutual enhancement rather than dependency. Building comfort with solitude. If you currently struggle with being alone, start small. Spend 15 minutes alone without distractions. No phone, no television, no music. Notice what thoughts and feelings arise. Gradually increase this time as you become more comfortable. Use solitude productively. Journal, meditate, create art, plan your goals, or simply sit in stillness. Discover what brings you joy independent of others. Practical advice. Spend time alone without distractions. Learn what brings you joy. Stop filling silence with unhealthy attachments. Take yourself on dates, dinner, movies, walks. Build hobbies and interests you enjoy independently. Comfort with solitude shows emotional strength. Why high-value women attract better relationships. High-value women do not chase love. They attract it naturally. Why? They respect themselves. They know their worth. They protect their peace. People respond to energy, not words. When you value yourself, you attract respect. You attract effort. You attract stability. You stop attracting chaos. The law of attraction in relationships. While the law of attraction is often oversimplified, there is truth to the idea that your internal state influences what you attract externally. When you embody high-value characteristics, self-respect, boundaries, peace, growth, you naturally attract people who appreciate and mirror these qualities. You also develop better discernment. A high-value woman can quickly identify red flags because she knows what healthy looks like. She does not ignore warning signs or make excuses for poor behavior. Quality over quantity. A high-value woman prioritizes relationship quality over quantity. She would rather have a few deep, authentic connections than numerous superficial ones. She invests her energy wisely, nurturing relationships that are reciprocal and supportive. Common myths about high-value women. Let's break a few myths. Myth 1. High-value women are cold. Truth. They are warm but selective. A high-value woman has deep capacity for love, warmth, and connection. She simply reserves her energy for people who deserve it. Selectivity is wisdom, not coldness. Myth 2. High-value women never struggle. Truth. They struggle but grow through it. Everyone faces challenges, setbacks, and painful experiences. The difference is how you respond. A high-value woman views struggles as opportunities for growth rather than evidence of unworthiness. Myth 3. High-value women are born confident. Truth. Confidence comes from experience and self-work. Very few people are naturally confident. Most build confidence through repeated action, facing fears, learning from failures, and celebrating successes. It is a skill developed over time. Myth 4. High-value women don't need anyone. Truth. They don't need someone to complete them, but they value meaningful connections. Independence does not mean isolation. A high-value woman appreciates deep relationships while maintaining her sense of self. High value is built, not inherited. How to become a high-value woman, starting today. You do not need to change everything overnight. Start small. Keep one promise to yourself today. Say no once without guilt. Walk away from one draining situation. Daily choices shape identity. The power of incremental change. Transformation happens through consistent small actions, not dramatic overnight changes. Research in habit formation shows that small, sustainable changes are more likely to stick than drastic overhauls. Choose one area to focus on first. Perhaps it's setting boundaries, or practicing self-respect, or spending time alone. Work on that area consistently for 30 days before adding another focus. Daily questions for growth. Ask yourself each day, does this choice respect me? Does this protect my peace? Does this support my growth? If the answer is no, choose again. Building accountability. Consider working with a therapist, coach, or trusted mentor who can support your growth journey. Join communities of like-minded women who are also committed to personal development. Track your progress. Journal about your experiences, challenges, and victories. Reflect regularly on how far you've come. Final reflection. Being a high-value woman does not mean you are better than others. It means you no longer accept less than you deserve. You love deeply, but wisely. You care, but with boundaries. You grow, even when it feels uncomfortable. And most importantly, you choose yourself without apology. The journey continues. Becoming a high-value woman is not a destination. It is a continuous journey of self-discovery, growth, and evolution. There will be setbacks. There will be moments when you fall back into old patterns. This is normal and human. What matters is your commitment to return to your values, to choose yourself again, to protect your peace, and to keep growing. You deserve relationships that honor you, work that fulfills you, and a life that brings you joy. Never settle for less. If this message spoke to you, let us know in the comments. Your voice matters here. Like this video if it helped you see your worth more clearly. Subscribe to SoulTalker for more videos on confidence, relationships, and personal growth. And don't forget to watch our other videos for practical tips that help you build a stronger, calmer, and more confident life. Until next time, stay grounded, stay confident, and keep choosing yourself.